Today, I'm here with Peter Gaynor, Rhode Island Emergency Management Director, who is here to talk about being prepared. As older Americans, we have a responsibility for taking care of ourselves in all different types of situations. And today, Peter is here to help us make those plans so that we're ready for any contingency that should come up. So welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Sue, for inviting me.
Thank you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? I know that you are a recent appointee. You were previously the Emergency Management Director for the City of Providence, and you were in the Marine Corps. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'm in my current position as of this past January. I came on board for Governor Raimondo on the 20th of January, and as luck would have it, I had a blizzard on the 25th of January.
Of course, right?
So we started out with a bang. And part of that, like you said, I was the Emergency Management Director for the City of Providence for 7 years. And then part of that, I retired as a United States Marine Corps infantry officer.
So here in Rhode Island, what types of incidents do we need to be prepared for?
So I'll start with the obvious ones. We're still in hurricane season on the beginning of September, and hurricane season will last to the last day of November. So summertime, hurricanes, thunderstorms, hail, and as we transition into winter, obviously snowstorms, ice storms, and then into spring, flooding. And again, we go back to 2010 floods, Cranston, many communities flooded out by rains, and then the cycle starts all over again. So those are probably the big three seasonal hazards that we worry about. But we do training and planning for a whole host of other hazards, terrorism, cybersecurity. We did training on Ebola. So there's all sorts of different hazards out there that we try to keep up with. So there's plenty of work to be done.
I think for our demographic group, our senior population, I do think the weather contingencies are the ones that most affect that group. So when we talk about being prepared and making a plan, what does that exactly mean? What should be in a plan? Can you go through that with us?
Sure. So our bumper sticker for preparedness is the first 72 hours is on you, and so the first 72 hours, 3 days, that a resident or a business may need to be prepared for, because depending on the hazard and the duration of the event, you may not be able to get a public safety first responder to your house or to your business because the crisis is so widespread. So we want you to prepare for at least 72 hours to be on your own. And the three ways we ask residents to do that is make a kit, have a communications plan, and then have a method to stay informed. So making a kit is pretty straightforward. It's all the things you probably already know. So a first aid kit, a flashlight in case you lose your power. Do you have food, drinking water? Do you have a way to charge your cell phone? Do you have extra batteries for hearing aids, especially when the older adults? Do you have extra set of glasses? Do you have medication for at least 3-7 days? Again, all the things that you probably have in your house in different locations in drawers spread out all over the place. So we encourage residents to take all those things, put them in a bag, put them in a bucket, and have it available. Make sure your family knows where those things are and what they're for. And then secondly is a communications plan. Do you have a contact list of all your emergency contacts? So friends, relatives, do you know how to get a hold of them should you need help? Do they know how to get a hold of you should you need help and not be able to communicate? So again, some pretty obvious stuff, but being able to have a plan and other people to know what your plan is important, especially for older adults. If you have in-home care, somebody comes to visit you, have you talked to that care provider to say, hey, if we have a blizzard or we have something that prevents you from coming to me every day or whatever, that periodically they visit you, how does that work in an emergency? When will I see you? How do I communicate with you? So I encourage older adults to ask those questions if you have in-home care. If you have some special need for a medical device, that requires power. Is there a way to power that? Do you need it full-time? Do you have a generator? Have you called National Grid to tell them that you have a need for power in an emergency?
Is there a special line?
There is.
to
There's actually a form that you can get online, and I have a copy for you
Okay.
that I'll leave with you, and you can apply through National Grid and to tell them that you have this special medical requirement for emergency power.
I know here at the center too, through our social services division, for residents of Cranston, that they can fill out a form. And if there's any type of special need, especially if they're homebound.
Correct.
And then we share that with our emergency responders here in the city. But this program is also statewide. So seniors that are watching this throughout the state of Rhode Island can either call National Grid or
go online, and there's a form you can download and then mail into National Grid. You can also go online to the Department of Health Rhode Island Special Needs Registry, and again, I think that's the program that you're talking about, where
Yes.
you can fill out a form that indicates what medical challenges or functional needs that you have that you may need assistance in an emergency or disaster, and that goes to the health department. They put it into their system, and then they share that out with every emergency manager across the state. So if should something happen and you have a particular medical requirement, your local emergency manager should know that, because that data is shared.
So can you tell me, what is a good resource and a way for folks to get information during a crisis?
It's a great question, Sue. So the state of Rhode Island, through my agency, we just purchased this mass notification resource called Code Red. So every single community in Rhode Island, hopefully by the end of the year, will have access to Code Red. You can sign up, it's for free. And if you have a cell phone, it has an app that you can download. But so when the emergency information is generated either by the National Weather Service or by FEMA or by the state of Rhode Island or your local municipality, you can get that on your phone. So whether it's a weather alert, flash flooding, thunderstorms, or some other unique hazard in your community, your local officials can generate a message through Code Red to your telephone or to your email, or through voice over a recorded message over a phone, right to you. And again, it's free. It's very simple to sign up for. And again, we encourage all residents to take advantage of Code Red. It's
So
already
how
in
do
20.
they do that? How do they get that?
So you can go to our website at riema.ri.gov, and there's a link right on the front page, and
Okay.
it'll take you to the Code Red registration page. You can fill in your name and your address, and you can sign up for different kinds of alerts, and it's instantaneous. You'll be inducted into the system automatically. And if you can't do it online, I know you can call your emergency manager, and they'll help you get registered.
Oh, wonderful. That sounds like a great system. Now, are you saying, can everyone do this right as of today?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Everyone can do it. Again, we'll complete the entire rollout to the entire state, hopefully by the end of October. But right now, it's in about half of the communities have enrolled in it.
So if somebody who is viewing this program today and they're in a community that doesn't have it, to be patient, and after October they should be able to register.
Actually, I think during this month of September, you'll see your community listed, and so again, we're in a process of rolling it out, and then I think fully across the state will be complete by the end of October.
I think that is excellent. So even if somebody isn't technologically advanced, you can get an alert with a phone call message, even if it's on a landline.
Yeah.
Or to your
Email,
computer
or
on an
text,
email.
correct.
Or a text, so it's
Correct.
not, so any of those methods. That sounds fabulous.
And I think if you have an older adult, you can actually, if you're a son or daughter or son-in-law or sister-in-law, you can actually sign them up. You can sign them up if you know their phone number and all the contact information. So
Wonderful.
If you don't have access to a computer, find somebody who does, and they can do it for you.
Well, we're going to have people on the computers all day today because we're going to get them signed up for the special needs registry,
good.
the Code Red, and everything else that they can, where they can get information. So that's wonderful.
All right.
Well, I really appreciate your taking the time to come with us today, and I am so excited that you're the person leading a lot of those efforts.
Oh, well, thank you.
So-
It was a pleasure to be here today.
Well, thank you, and we will keep you apprised of all the different information that you need to put your own emergency preparedness kits together.